So today we're going to work with multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. And I've given you a little tile model here because we've worked with tiles before. So if I had two x's, you know what, in the last class I decided I was going to go ahead and do a little model for you first. So I think I'm going to do the same. What if I was making a multiplication chart? 2 and a 3 and a 2 and a 3. What would you say would go in that first box? Good, 4. 2 times 2 is 4. What would you say goes in this box? 6. And this box? In this box? 9. So you've been working with that for a while, right? Multiplication chart. We're going to do the same thing only with monomials and polynomials today. So 2x is an x and an x. X plus 3 is x and a 1 tile and a 1 tile and a 1 tile. This might have been easier if we had the tiles on the side here. Anyways, what is x times x? X squared. What's x times 1?
1x.
And x times 1 times 1. And the same thing down here. X times x is x squared. So it's multiplying just like a multiplication chart, right? That's with algebra tiles. Let's just use an area model. So I'm going to rewrite 2x times the quantity of x plus 3 right here. My monomial goes here, 2x, and my binomial goes here, x plus 3. Let's treat it just like a multiplication chart. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x. So my answer is 2x squared plus 6x. Just like here, 2x squared and 6x's. So that's what we're going to do today. That's the big idea. We're going to take a monomial and multiply it by a polynomial, and we're going to do that using an area model. So pencils down, let me do one for you. So I need to find negative 2x squared, and I'm going to multiply that by this trinomial. I'm going to change my colors. So my monomial is negative 2x squared. And my trinomial is, you guys see this color? 3x squared minus 7x plus 10. Notice that I had to make more boxes because I have more terms. I've got 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms. And we're multiplying it by 1 term. So I've got a 1 by 3. See that? My box? Okay, so let's multiply. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. Now I'm going to multiply these two. Negative 2 times negative 7 is positive 14. X squared times x is x cubed. Negative 2 times 10 is negative 20. And I don't have anything to multiply x squared by, so it's just x squared. So here's my steps. Set up your box to match the length of the polynomial, multiply each monomial, combine exponents, bases stay the same, simplify as needed. So is there anything that I can combine? Any like terms I can combine? I've got x to the 4th, x cubed, x squared. Dylan, can I combine any of those? No, they're all different, right? They're all different size x's, correct? So I'm done. My answer is negative 6x to the 4th plus 14x cubed minus 20x squared. Go ahead and write that down, guys. Let's continue. All right, find the product. So the difference between this one and the last one is my polynomial is larger. This is actually 1 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3ab squared, and I'm going to multiply that by 2a to the 4th 5a cubed b, ab squared, and 10b. And when you see this in your book, you can actually just automatically just write it out like this. Rather than writing out the problem, then writing the box, then writing the answer, you can just go straight to writing the area model. All right, so 3 times 2 is 6. A to the first power times a to the fourth power is a to the fifth power. B squared, nothing to multiply that by. That one's done. That term is done. 3 times 5 is 15. A times a cubed is a to the fourth. B squared times b is b cubed. That one's done. 3 times, there's an invisible 1 in front of there, so that's just 3 times 1 is 3. A times a is a squared, and b squared times b squared is b to the fourth. 3 times 10 is 30. A. B squared times b squared times b is b cubed. Pretty easy. Jesse, do we have anything in here that I can combine? Any like terms? Nope. So that's your answer right there, right? Equals 6a to the fifth, b squared, plus 15a to the fourth, b cubed, plus 3a squared b to the fourth, plus 30ab cubed. Question? Pretty straightforward, right? Fantastic. I felt like this took too long last period. I should skip it, but it's got fractions, so we need to do it. Alright, so I'm going to have you guys do this one. I want you to put in your clicker when you're done, but just do the problem first, please. Unveil. I'm going to go ahead and unveil the answers, and you guys can put them in your clickers for me. 20 seconds. Five seconds. Good. No, we'll still do it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cover this back up again and then do it the way I would have done it. All right, so I need a box. Let's go ahead and draw a box. It needs to be 1 by 3, correct? Make it nice and pretty. That's okay. Don't bring it up because then I'll get crazy about it. Okay, so 1/2 r cubed, and we're going to multiply that by 4r squared minus 2r minus 10. So what is half of 4? 2. What is r cubed times r squared? No, 3 r's and 2 r's make 5 r's, right? Because you're multiplying the r's, but that means the exponents get added. Half of -2. -1, we don't need to really write the 1. What's r cubed times r? R to the fourth. What's half of -10? -5 r cubed. So my answer is 2r to the fifth minus r to the fourth minus 5r cubed. Question? Yes.
Wait, is it mandatory to do the box on how much it is?
Yes. Yes. It is. It is like science, right? Good job. It's just, you know what it is, Gilbert? It's just organizing information. That's all it's doing. Okay. Let's move on, guys. Find the product. So I'm going to go ahead and cover these up and work it out. Okay, so I'm not going to use clickers. I'm just going to draw a box. I can actually just copy and paste these. That would be easier, right? Don't you wish you had the technology at home? Wouldn't that be fun? There we go. There's my box lined up, right? Okay, so negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. S squared times S cubed is what, Levi?
4.
S squared times S cubed. How many S's total do I have? They're being multiplied. 5. Good. And t to the 4th times t to the 5th is t to the 9th. Awesome. Alex, what about you? Negative 2 times negative 6 is? Yes, you, Alex. What?
I already got called.
Not today. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive? Positive 12. S squared times S is how many S's?
3.
3. And t to the 4th times t to the 4th is how many t's?
8.
Good. How about the other Alex? Negative 2 times negative 4 is? Thank you. And S squared and t to the? Good job. Question. Can I combine any of these?
Nope.
Nope, they're all different, right? These are not like terms. Excellent. All right, pencils down again. Let's check this one out. So this is saying simplify 4 times this quantity minus d times this quantity. So I'm going to use the same method. I'm going to make an area model. So I've got a 4, check, times this binomial, which is 3d squared plus 5d. Then over here I have negative d, and that's being multiplied by d squared minus 7d plus 12. All right, so now I just have to multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. D squared plus 20d, and this is negative d cubed. Negative d times negative 7d is positive 7d squared, and negative d times 12 is negative 12d. All right, am I done? No, I've got this in here and this in here. I need to combine these. I've got 12d squared plus 20d minus d cubed plus 7d squared minus 12d. That's what all of this is. So I need to look for like terms. Jacob, you see any like terms? Good. And do this a little differently than I did the last class. What else do you see that's like terms? Perfect. Negative 12d. Thank you. All right, so what am I going to write first? How about math? What would I write first? Okay. I wouldn't. Math's almost right. Do you see why, Matt? These go together. These go together. What about this guy here? Frankie, do you know what I'm talking about? What would I write first before writing 19d squared? Why, Levi? Why would I write that one first? Marissa? It has the largest exponent. We're going to write in descending order. I could have just written 19b squared first and then switch things around, but I might as well start with the biggest one, right? The biggest one is negative d cubed. So Matt, what am I going to do next? Write 19d squared. All right, Mario, what comes last? Positive 8d. Question? Write that down. All right, let's continue. Put your pencils down. Find the shaded area. So this is exactly what we were doing, right? Only just represented as a geometric figure. So let's concentrate. If I need to find the shaded area, is all of this the shaded area? No, I've got something and then I kind of cut a hole out of it. Correct? All right, so let's not concentrate on the hole just yet. Let's just talk about the shaded area. So I'm going to go ahead and fill my shaded area in so you don't have to concentrate on anything else. All right, so 7x is the length or the width, whichever way you want to say it, of this rectangle, and x squared plus 2x plus 11 is this side here. How do I find area? Right, don't we multiply length times width? So don't I just need to multiply 7x times this trinomial right here? So I would take 7x. I think I'm going to write it straight into an area model, just like I would if I was doing my homework. So I'm going to go ahead and put my x squared plus my 2x plus my 11 here, and right here my 7x. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's the shaded area. Now we've got to deal with the hole. How would I represent that hole? Got another box here. This time it's just a 1-by-1 box, correct? So it's a 3x times a 3x. What would I do with the two of these? If I've got one and I cut out a hole, what operation is it when you cut something out? I'm going to subtract them. Much better than I did in the last class. It wasn't pretty in the last class. All right, let me change my color. We'll do pink. So 7x times x squared is 7x to the third power, good. And 7x times 2x is 14x to the what power? Second power. And 7x times 11 is 77x. And over here I have a negative 3x times 3x is negative 9x squared. With me so far? All right, Christian, what am I going to do with all this? 7x cubed plus 14x squared plus 77x. I've got another one over here, negative 9x squared. Can I do anything with any of that? What can I do? Perfect. So we've got like terms here. All right, what would I write first? Good job. 7x cubed, we need equal signs here. 7x cubed, then what would I write? I would do the squared first, right? In descending order. So 3, then 2, then 1. So what would I write for the x squared? Plus 5x squared plus 77x. Excellent. There's my answer. Questions? No? All right. Do we want, there's 2 of these on your homework. Do you want to try this one on your own? Why don't you guys try it on your own for about, I can do it with you, but just try it on your own first, okay? It's the same exact, just concentrate on the shaded area first, and then cut out your hole. You've got the example right here to help you. Okay. Who wants to volunteer? Awesome. Mario. All right. Well, let me draw my boxes first, right? So I need, what's my first box going to be? A 1 by what? Awesome. A 1 by 2. I'm sorry, did somebody else want to volunteer instead? Let's stay quiet. A 1 by 2. And then what's my second box going to be? A 1 by 1. Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now. You tell me what to do. Perfect. So on the left side, 10. Then what? 3K plus 1. Fantastic. Okay, so let's multiply them. What do I get? 30K. Positive 10. Perfect. On the 1 by 1, a 4 by 2. Okay. Excellent. I get 8. So you decided you were going to find it and then subtract it. You could have also put the negative sign here and made this negative 8. That both would work, right? But you totally, looks like you completely understood that you were subtracting it from the other one. All right, so let's finish it up. 30K, and you're going to subtract it right away? 10 minus 8 is 2. Excellent. Question? All right, we get to our final thought in this class. I'm not going to go this far. All right, what did you learn today? A lot. Andrew says a lot. Can we, let's pick Andrew. Andrew, can you break that down to be more specific? What was a lot? What did you learn today? Just tell me what you learned today.
How to multiply.
Okay. Multiply, let's say we've multiplied the single, which is a monomial, times a polynomial. Good. All right. How is multiplying using the box similar to the distributive property? Oh, I like that. You break it up in groups. You got to multiply it by everybody in the group, right? Perfect. On your assignment sheet, using what you've learned today, can you predict how you will multiply polynomials tomorrow? So what do you think? What do you think? What kind of box do you think this is going to be? A 2 by 2. It's going to be 4 in there, right? 2 by 2. Good job, guys. What do you think it's going to be? What do you think that's going to look like? I think it's going to look like a 2 by 2. Perfect. Excellent.